Welcome back. Today we are on lesson 5 of our unit or module 3. We're doing lesson 5 today. Remember yesterday, excuse me, we had talked about measuring things using centimeter cubes. And I said if you didn't have centimeter cubes, you could take a piece of notebook paper and you could use the lines on a piece of notebook paper because each line is the same as 1 centimeter cube. Okay, so this is the one I showed you yesterday, but I made another one. This one's bigger, and that way I can use it. And remember, we talked yesterday about how if we measure things, you have to line up your endpoints. So let me grab a pencil here. So you can take your endpoint and line it up straight. See how I've got it straight across there? And then you can see how many centimeter cubes my pencil is. So you got to line up your endpoints. With not unifix cubes, but with centimeter cubes, you couldn't have gaps in between and you couldn't overlap them when you're measuring. Okay, well, with our paper, we don't have that problem because it's all together. It's no gaps in there and they're not overlapping each other. So this is a good way for you to use to measure stuff, okay? Now today we're gonna look at something else you can use to measure something, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is because that's one of the questions that Miss Curry's gonna ask you. I'm curious to see how many of you know it. All right, so let's go ahead and just get started, shall we? All right, so we are on lesson 5 today. I can rename and measure with centimeter cubes. Now, in our case, if you don't have centimeter cubes, you're going to use centimeter paper. All right, so let's go. Your fluency today is a sprint. You're going to either get A or B, not sure which one you're getting. And you're going to set your timer like we always do for 2 minutes. And you're going to see how many you can get done correctly. Not how many you can get done, how many done correctly. Now, if you'll look, what's my sign? My sign is subtraction, so be careful. The first couple of ones should be pretty easy, but then they get harder. Okay, so be careful. All right, so go ahead and pause right now. Go work on your fluency, your 2 minutes on your timer. Get as many as you can done correctly, then come back to me, okay? All right, if you are done, or if you like to do that last, however you want to do it, we're ready for our application problem. I can't find my hat, guys. Don't with it. I think I took it home. I'll have to look and see if I took it home and bring it back. That's okay. I don't need a hat to be a number detective, do I? No, I can pretend I have a detective hat. All right, so what do good detectives always do? We always read through the problem first, right? Because we got to know what we're supposed to do. How do they want us to answer it? Okay, then we go back and look for clues. So let's read along. If you can't read this, read it with me. Okay, here we go. Amy used centimeter cubes to measure the length of her book. She used 8 yellow centimeter cubes and 4 red centimeter cubes. How many centimeter cubes long was her book? Okay, we read through it. What is it asking us to do? What's our question we have? How many centimeter cubes long was her book? So I'm going to underline it. That's our important question. That's what it was to answer. Now, let's go back and look for clues. Amy used centimeter cubes to measure the length of her book. Does that give me any information there? Yeah, it tells me they used centimeter cubes. That's good to know. All right. She used 8, try that again. She used 8 yellow centimeter cubes and 4 red centimeter cubes. Are there any clues there? She used 8 yellow centimeter cubes and 4 red centimeter cubes. Now, the next part is a question that we have to answer. Okay, well, let's use what we have here and let's draw a picture, shall we? We have 8 meter cubes. So let's make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and how many ones? We had 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now my centimeter cubes are not the best, but that's okay. So now I know that I had 8 centimeter cubes plus 4 more centimeter cubes. What is 8 plus 4? Well, I mean, I can solve that a few ways. I can count on in my head, make 10. We know a lot of ways we can do this. I can count my pictures. So let's just count on 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So how many centimeter cubes was my book? 12. So her book was 12 centimeter cubes long. Now let's see, did we answer the question that it wanted us to answer? How many centimeter cubes long was her book? Her book was 12 centimeter cubes long. So did we answer it? Yes, we did. Did we solve our mystery? Yes, we did. Okay, so you can erase your whiteboard if you wrote it all on your whiteboard and get ready with Miss Curry. I'm going to pause for a second to get our video ready, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, guys, let's get ready. Like I said, we're going to be working with Miss Curry today. So let's get started.
Hi, friends. It's Mrs. Curry.
Hi, Mrs.
Before
Curry.
we get started today, I wanted to show you some pictures from when I was a teacher in Africa.
Ooh.
Africa is this continent right here. I taught in a country called Nigeria. The city was called Lagos. Lagos, Nigeria.
Sounds like Lego.
One year on spring break, we got to go on a vacation to Kenya. Kenya is another country in Africa. When we were visiting Kenya, we went on safari and saw all of these amazing animals. We also met some wonderful people. One of my new friends gave me this beautiful bracelet. Look at all of that beadwork. Isn't it amazing?
It's pretty cool looking.
This bracelet fits me perfectly because I was there and I got to try it on before I took it home. I loved this bracelet so much that I bought bracelets for all of my family members. But when I got home, most of their bracelets did not fit them.
Oh, man.
They were too big, they were too small. I didn't know the size of their wrists. Can you think of a way that my family could have figured out the size of their wrists so that I could have bought them bracelets that fit?
What do you think? What could they have done?
One idea would be to have them measure wrists with centimeter cubes. Let me see if that would work. This is kind of challenging because my wrist is curved and the cubes keep falling. There's not a way for me to line it up on an end point and make sure that there are no gaps and no overlaps. So I don't think this is going to work. Another idea would be for them to wrap a string around their wrist and pretend like it's a bracelet. Then they could figure out how long the string is by figuring out how many centimeter cubes long it is. That way I could get them the right size bracelet. Let me try it on my own wrist and see if it works. I'm going to hold the string in my hand like this. Wrap it around so it's not too tight. How can we figure out how long this string is?
Bet we could use our centimeter cubes.
Centimeter cubes, that's a great idea. I'll go ahead and measure it. I'll be sure to line up the endpoints, make sure there are no gaps in my centimeter cubes, and also no overlapping cubes. How long is my string?
Okay, if you didn't get a chance to count while she was putting them on there, you've got 5 white, 5 brown, 5 orange, and 3 black. So let's count by 5s and then by 1s. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. She had 18 centimeter cubes.
It is 18 centimeter cubes long. So if I knew when I was in Kenya the length of all my family members' strings, I could have gotten them bracelets that fit. But carrying a bunch of centimeter cubes with me everywhere I go would be kind of hard and take a lot of time. Here's a special tool that makes measuring in centimeter cubes much easier and quicker. Do you know what this is called?
I know what it's called. Do you?
It's a ruler. This is a tool that people all over the world use to measure the lengths of different objects. It doesn't matter if you live in Kenya or Nigeria or the United States or Mexico. Everyone uses a ruler to measure things. When have you seen a ruler used before?
I've used a ruler in art class before.
Most rulers have 2 different length units on them. This side is inches and this side is centimeters. You'll know the side that's measured in centimeter cubes because you'll see a tiny cm. I put tape on my ruler to cover the inches because we haven't learned that length unit yet. Take a moment to study the ruler. What do you notice?
What do you notice about our ruler? Got lots of lines. We've got lots of
There
numbers.
are numbers going in order. And there are lines next to the numbers. And shorter ones too. Let's see how the ruler compares with the centimeter cubes that we use to measure my wrist. I'm going to lay these 18 centimeter cubes right next to my ruler. I need to line up the first cube right at the point of the ruler, which is where it says 0. Here's 1 centimeter cube. What do you guess?
Took up that whole area, didn't it? From 0 to 1, took up the whole area.
The other end of the centimeter cube lines up with the 1 on the ruler. When something reaches this line, we say it is 1 centimeter long. So how long is 1 centimeter cube?
1 centimeter cube is 1 centimeter.
1 centimeter, very good. Look, the end of the second centimeter cube lines up with the 2 on the ruler. So how long are the 2 centimeter cubes?
2 centimeter
2
cubes.
centimeters. How long are 3 centimeter cubes?
3 centimeters.
3 centimeters. How long are 4 centimeter cubes?
4 centimeters.
4 centimeters. I have 18 centimeter cubes here. How long are all 18 of my centimeter cubes?
18 centimeters.
18 centimeters. Very good. When we measure in centimeter cubes, we're measuring the same way that people do all over the world who use rulers. With this ruler, we are measuring centimeters, so it has a very special name. It's a centimeter ruler. The string I wrapped around my wrist was 18 centimeter cubes long. If I were to measure the string with my ruler, what number do you think the end of my string would land on?
The 18.
Should we test it and find out?
Let's do it. Oh, look at that. It's on the 18 centimeter line.
How long is my string?
18 centimeters.
18 centimeters long. I wonder if my bracelet is 18 centimeters long. Should we measure it?
Let's try it.
Now this one's a little tricky because it overlaps on the end. So I'm going to line up my ruler where it says 0 in the middle of these snaps. And then I will measure the length from the middle of these snaps to the middle of these snaps on the other side. It is 18 centimeters long. The string method works. From now on, when we measure, we can say that the length of something is 18 centimeters instead of 18 centimeter cubes. If you have a ruler at home, or even centimeter cubes, have someone help you wrap a string around your wrist. Leave a little bit of space so it's not too tight, and then measure the length of your string. But before you do, I want you to make a prediction. Do you think that your wrist would be more centimeters or fewer centimeters than my wrist?
What do you think?
It's time now for the problem set. Your must-do problem is number 1. And if you have a centimeter ruler or even centimeter cubes at home, try number 4 and 5 as well. Thanks for helping me figure out the length of my wrist today. I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.
Bye, Miss Curry. Okay, friends, let me get out of here and go here. All right, so she said today that our must-do problem is number 1. But if you have a ruler at home that has centimeters on it, or if you made your centimeter strip out of paper, you can use that too, and you can try number 4, okay? But if not, number 1 is the one I want you to do. So let's look at number 1. It says circle the object or objects that are measured correctly. Okay, so you'll have to look, is A measured correctly? Is B measured correctly? Or is C measured correctly? You could have one answer or you could have multiple answers, so be very careful. Okay, now let's look at number 4 and 5. It says use centimeter cubes to measure the objects below. Fill in the length of each object. Now again, if you have a ruler that has centimeters, or if you have your strip of paper that has your lines on it, you can use that and count each and every one of these lines is 1 centimeter cube long. So we'll say it's 1 centimeter. So this kind of looks like a ruler. So my eraser, I'm going to line up my endpoints and I'm going to measure it. And then I'm going to count how many centimeters long it is. Okay. Same thing with the hair clip or the bobby pin. You've got a key and a marker. Okay. Now, number 5 says the eraser is longer than the blank, but it's shorter than the blank. So you're going to use these 4 pictures to decide the eraser is longer than the blank, but it's shorter than the blank by measuring each one, okay? All right, now again, 4 and 5 are optional if you have a ruler or your centimeter paper, but number 1 you have to do. You also have your exit ticket today, okay? So make sure you're doing your exit ticket and number 1 on today's assignment and then turn it into me, okay? If you have any questions, please email me, all right? Okay, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.